We're with Kathy and John Myers, and this is the 12th of January now, 2014, just a few days before their 60th wedding anniversary. And we're here to record their love story. So, Mom?
Yes.
When did you first fall in love?
Oh my.
With John, of course.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't anything else. I went to a teen meeting at the St. Philip's School, or church rather, and they had a meeting and met him there. But before that, actually, my brother was older and already in the group, and he was friends with John and would bring him to the house. But I had no interest in that at the time. I don't know what he saw, but
yeah.
Then later, when I went to then that's another story. When I was 18, I was able to go.
Ah.
And then we, talked and whatever else we did, danced or whatever the situation was.
So how old were you when you first met Dad? About 14 or 15?
Mm-mm.
Younger.
After I went to
That was about right.
17.
The first time I saw you were about 14 or 15. First time I saw you in your home.
When your brother would bring him home, you were just a teen then, and then about 18, then you actually got to go
I
out.
I go to the meeting.
I see.
Yeah. But it was younger, but I wasn't looking at him.
Yeah.
That way.
And how about you, Dad? When did she become a twinkle in your eye?
Almost immediately when I saw her, when she came to the first meeting. The meeting was for young adults, from 18 to 30. And the whole idea was to get married.
Get them married.
Catholics married.
Yeah.
Each other. That was it. It worked really well.
Right. So, right away when you met her, what was it about her that first attracted you?
Her looks. Her looks and...
better not say.
I kind of think it might be fun to say.
She had a girlfriend that she was with, and the girlfriend was like a stick, and she had curves.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Yeah. All right. So was there anything in particular that attracted you to John, to Dad?
I thought he was handsome.
Okay.
So then
that's when you started courting? So
we started going out.
Going out at that point?
We weren't courting yet, but...
So tell us, when you first met, what was the kind of the sequence of events before? Because you got married about 21, so you met at 18. So what happened during those 3 years?
Just dated, went places with the group and his club group, and then separately on our own.
After about a year, I started to suggest that we, might really get serious. But she wasn't ready yet. She wanted to wait.
Check it out.
Play the field.
Check it out.
She was a little bit dubious, so...
So how did you win her over?
Patience.
Okay.
Just waiting long enough and staying with her, until she decided finally on her own that she had to make up her own, because I asked her a number of times, but she had to make up her mind. It was never a yes or a no; it was a maybe.
Wow.
Well, I just
tell us about that.
Hard to get. See, when he kissed me, the bells rang. That's the difference.
Okay, well that's good to know. On your wedding day, did you do anything special as far as in the wedding? Was it at a church, or your local church, or did you have a reception? What was the wedding day like?
Just the pictures. We just went up to. Where was it, at the athletic club, or? Yeah, so she had arranged for a reception at the athletic room in
up in the elevator,
athletic club
in
Pasadena.
Pasadena, what? That's just the name of the place.
It's athletic club. Yeah, it's
okay.
kind of a,
upstairs for the reception. Yeah.
They rented out the room, for receptions and things like that. So everybody went there after the mass, and But nobody stayed too long. It wasn't, she didn't have, I think you just had snacks and things, didn't you? You didn't have the whole dinner or anything.
Oh, no, it was the cake and whatever else they had there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cake reception.
yeah. And then the family all went to my house. And I kind of changed and
Yep. Off you went.
Well, of course, the honeymoon obviously was
And where did your honeymoon at? Palm Springs?
Oh, that's a story in itself, too.
Okay.
Oh, no.
We didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of time because working on commission, I couldn't take too much time off.
That's right. Got to work.
So,
Myers trade.
her mother and us and I, we all went down to Palm Springs and Palm Desert, and we found
Her mother went with you to the honeymoon?
Yeah.
She wanted to get that for us.
She wanted
I got you.
She wanted to see where we
pay the
might
rent
be
for the
as
motel,
well.
Okay.
or wherever we stayed.
It's a nice little place.
So, anyhow, this place was right on 111 in Palm Springs.
Main drag.
And it was just really a small motel, had a nice pool in the front of the place, and little motel all around. But the key to it was that the Shadow Mountain Country Club had a connection with them, and if you stayed at this motel, you could go use the facilities at the Shadow Mountain Country Club, which has got everything, a huge pool and all kinds of stuff. So that worked out real good. So we had that, I think, for 3 days.
When you were first married?
When we first married, we lived in Pasadena in a house. There was a house in front, and then they put a duplex in the backyard. And there's a long driveway down back to the duplex, which is a funny story in itself. Before we went to that house, Al Bundy and who was it? And Mary and Ralph lived in the same two places.
Oh wow!
And I forget whether it was Al or Ralph, but one or the other came back from the honeymoon or something, and anyhow he parked his car, and the other guy had to go to work and had to wake him up right after he had just gotten home to move his car so he could go to work.
Oh my goodness!
I don't remember whether it was Ralph or Al, but anyhow that was funny. But actually, what happened is that it was a very nice little place. Unfortunately, when we were there, the other person on the other side was a little old lady who happened to have cancer. She was dying of cancer. So every once in a while we'd hear her moan, and that was kind of sad.
Oh, that would be hard. That would be very hard.
Yeah, and then finally after, of course she couldn't wait to get pregnant. But finally after 8 months, we found out she was pregnant. Well, I told the landlord, he says, well, you can't stay here with a baby. So that's when we started looking for houses.
Yeah.
So you guys bought a house
when Joe
was born,
yeah,
or
before
after?
He was born.
Before.
Wow.
Before he was born, we bought
Talk about changes.
Mm-hmm.
You get married.
They have a baby, buy a house, and then she has to leave for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
Joe had just been born, and she was. We were really having fun with the first baby. You know how it is. And in a few months, she got pregnant with David. So she went to the doctor, and she wasn't feeling very peppy. So to make a long story short, we found out that she had tuberculosis, and that it could be contagious.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't think it was, but it could be. So rather than take any chances, they told us she's going to have to go away to a place in San Fernando that specializes, and all they do is take care of people with tuberculosis. So, and you can't see the baby, you can't see she's just going to stay there for up to a year.
So you were still nursing Joe at the time?
No.
Okay.
No, he couldn't walk, he was crawling, and he would push himself backwards down the hall. But he never walked when I saw him.
Yeah. So how long then was that? That went on for months?
What happened is her mother, God bless her mother's heart, was working for the Broadway. She quit her job, lost her pension, came and stayed to help me take care of Joseph and take care of the house.
Since he had to work, so.
Yeah.
So she and I took care of the house and the baby while she was gone for a year. And of course, David came January the 8th, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And so when he came, she was transferred down to General Hospital, into the worst looking building you ever saw, dilapidated building you ever saw.
County hospital?
County Hospital, and she was treated very shabbily. You can tell her more about
Well, I don't
how
think
horrible
she
that was.
I've heard part of it, and I know it's traumatic for her to go through it, but anyway, so it was, basically you were on your own, had to deliver David, and then you didn't get a chance really to...
Yeah, they wouldn't let me see
No,
him.
she had to go back, but one thing we did do was, before I drove her back, we came home, so she spent a day at home with Joseph and...
I
Yeah.
did that deliberately. He said, well, I'll drive her. And he said, oh, okay, and I'm thinking, yeah, we'll just make a
little detour home so you could see Joe, and so for a year you didn't really get a chance to see Joe.
Yeah.
No.
There weren't weekend visits through the fence or anything like that, or?
Yeah, it's a long way from here to the street down there, because everything was open, and
She could see him from a distance.
Mom and they would just let him walk around out there, but they're not close up. No.
So I used to go twice a week. I went on Sundays and I went on Wednesday afternoons. And what she liked me to do, in Pasadena, there's a Mexican place that has really, really good tacos with guacamole all over the top. So I always got her a couple of those things, guacamoles, and she just looked forward to having
Once a week.
Yeah.
that visit.
That's what got me going.
Still like Mexican food, yeah.
For those tacos and guacamole.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. That's
So eventually, after about a year, so how old was David when Mom got to come home?
Let's see.
January.
I don't know, how old would you say he was? It wasn't too long after he was born that
I'd
she
have to
finally was
think. I
discharged.
had
Maybe in March or
written down,
April,
okay.
something like that. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
just a baby still.
Well, that's probably a tough thing
Now
for
that was
you.
I don't know why I didn't think of that right off, because that was the...
Well, I would
But that's
probably
another thing
blocked it out of
happened.
your memory. But
Yeah, really. That's the toughest
Very,
thing that happened.
very clear when you bring it up.
Especially when you're a young adult. Oh, and I got one little funny thing that happened. I used to wear, a lot of times I'd wear a white shirt, like this.
Oh.
And I was selling Electroluxes, and the Electrolux, when we came out with a new model, had a red box on it. And so I would lift it up and carry it, and it would put red on my collar. Her mother got some lipstick.
I wasn't really, it never bothered me.
She said, John, I realize that she's gone a long time and everything.
Oh, that's funny.
I never bothered me.
Did she believe you?
I hope so. Because it was the truth.
Oh, of course.
But you made it through.
Yeah, we made
I
it.
did. It's those tacos. That's
It's a taco. Those tacos.
Tacos
Love
and guacamole.
tacos.
If I have some tacos,
Yeah.
they
All
were
right.
awful good. That and guacamole. I'm okay.
Well, we
No
love you
matter
guys,
what.
and thanks for the time to share.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Some things are not too fun to share, but
It's good though.
It's true.
It helps us understand you.
They're true.
And it also shows that
You gotta fight through stuff.
and marriage isn't all, beautiful flowers and roses.
No.
There are some
There's
darker sides.
there's
and
plenty
downs.
of disappointments and plenty of
Up and downs.
discouraging things that happen, but you just have to live through them.
Yeah.
Holding on to
And
each
the
other.
good is always a lot better than the bad things that happen, So.
Right.
That's true. That's a good quote.
Yeah. Count your blessing.
All right. Well, happy 60th.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
It's time to watch football.
I think it is. All right, we're going to end this.